Hello friends, Jennifer Pearson here, Thistle Gypsy. So another screensaver spread. This was a screensaver that shows the Li River in China. And the thing that struck me about this, I meant to kind of draw this, is that it was a picture that has a river in the foreground, and mountains like this that look like teeth. They look pretty vicious. These teeth, intimidating teeth there all along. So it's like you have the river at the base, and then you have these really sharp. They weren't super sharp. They were actually kind of rounded, like this one and this one, but they weren't a bunch of mountains that are like this. They were not this kind of a mountain. Okay, it's like each one came almost down to the river. So I don't know what you would call that. I'm sure there is geographic or geologically a special name for them. Because it looked like a mouth, like a grimacing mouth, and I came up with this set of questions. The first one is, what difficulty am I entering? Assuming I'm going into the mountains. What difficulty am I exiting? So turning it around as though I'm coming out of the mountains. And then what difficulty is an illusion? Because really, these look like, a row of teeth, and so they're not very inviting. But as far as an obstacle that needs to be traversed, it's essentially a series of passes. So you can walk between these big things. You wouldn't have to walk up and over them. Whereas the mountains that I usually deal with, you have to walk up into them, and then you have to find where the lowest point is, and then you would come up and you'd go around. And so these, fierce though they appear, are not this kind of obstacle. So in a way, this obstacle and its viciousness is an illusion. It looks worse than it is. It looks worse than it would be to actually walk it or traverse it or get to the other side of it. So, and then a card for the river, which is what is being fast-tracked, because that's what a river does, right? You get on the river because it's going to take you, assuming that you're going in the direction that it's flowing, it's going to get you someplace fast and easy. All right. So even though this is 4 cards, I'm kind of hoping that this will be fairly quick. What difficulty am I entering? I'm going to have to make a decision between 2 things that appear to be the same. And it's going to require intuition in order to decide which one. So that's curious. I'm not sure what that will be. This is something that I'm entering. So I'm not going to belabor that at the present. I might not know what it is. Okay. I'm starting to see, and what I'm seeing is that these swords are kind of aimed at her sacral chakra, root chakra, sacral chakra area. Might be a clue for me, might not. What difficulty am I exiting? The world. Maybe being too much with the world, with everything that's going on. I don't know, that might stick with me. But I can see how this would be true. Particularly with work stuff. It could be that some of this is, it has not concluded. It's probably going to get worse before it gets better, but I will be exiting it. What difficulty is an illusion? Another 2, the 2 of Wands. And even though they've turned this into a card, and this, by the way, is the Dark Mansion Tarot, and this could be work related as also, that it's not going to be as difficult to balance between two things as I think it's going to be. But it could be that I was expecting to have to move or travel. That's not something I'm aware of. I think it has to do with managing things at work. Something that I anticipate is going to be a greater problem maybe than it is. Which would be great. I'm all for things not being as bad as they first appear. What is being fast-tracked? Money. I have no expectation of additional money coming in unless the government somehow decides to provide more funding because of the COVID-19 difficulties. This could literally be the fact that this is a period during which there's a lot of vegetation growth. That's just the time of year we're in. So it is being fast-tracked. And it's kind of the cornucopia, you know, more vegetables being available as people's gardens get going and stuff like that. So there it is. Just a quick and easy spread, and I will put the questions down in the description box below the video. All right, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.